What is up? What is up? Welcome to episode 46.
46.
Episode 46. What is up? What's going on? We got a very special episode. I know that we're not in our usual setting because we're working with our guy Kasai today because we got a special, very special guest. Very special guest. These guys mean absolutely a lot to me as far as music and my development, how far we've came. Yeah. But before we get to that, we have some few topics we wanted to get to.
Per usual.
Yeah, first of all, free Bobby Shmurda. We got Shmurda out, you know what I mean?
His hat came back down.
Finally, right? You've been seeing all the memes with his hat. Shout out to a real one. We know he had to hold it down for his boy when others have proved not knowing how the streets work. But what is
we already know.
What is the streets anyway?
What is the code?
Yeah, you got people snitching on their niggas and people justifying that shit too. That's the crazy part, you know what I mean? There's some people who was like, maybe he had a right to because they were coming after his family. You know what I mean?
Don't they come after everybody's family?
Not only that, you should have known where your place was from the get-go, you know what
I mean, bottom line, you sign up to be a rapper, you want to talk that hot shit, and what did you expect to come out of it? Like, you can't send threats and expect nothing to come out of it. So.
And I think half of the people who he was collaborating with, they ended up in jail. Right? So it's like, he kind of set them up in a way. So I don't know if you want to really take that path going forward, anybody who's really a fan of his. And what are you really a fan of now if the music is not an equivalent to the life he was living? So.
Yeah, niggas talking about, oh, yeah, I don't really do that for real. I just be rapping it. So, yeah, capping.
I know niggas that be shooting niggas, not me though.
Yeah, my niggas be doing it though. Okay.
It don't really make sense, but you know, it is what it is. I want to move into the legalization of marijuana in New Jersey, the hometown where we're at right now. We're shooting this out of New Jersey,
yeah,
so
not the hometown, but you know.
I mean, it means a lot to us specifically because we're avid smokers. You know what I mean? So
yep.
Being that it was always an issue. You had an issue with the cops too, right?
Oh yeah, I got arrested. Yeah. Well, that was just for being black though, and weed was a little additive, so yeah.
But that goes to what I'm saying. I mean, you got arrested. The pretense was that you had a bag on you, right? But you're now telling me it's more than that, right?
Yeah, well, pretty much. It was in a white town, and the cops decided to say that there was weed in the car. They smelled weed in the car, so they searched the whole car, didn't find no weed. Pretty much planned it on us. Had to pay $1,000. You know how I go. It is what it is. It was a West Bubblefuck. We shouldn't have been there.
How long were you in jail for?
Hours. Like, I was supposed to be at work at 10. Didn't get out of jail till like what? I think it was 9.
What time did you do it?
I don't remember.
So I mean, I never really, thank God, I'd never really been arrested or had any type of crazy situations with the cops. But I know that's not the same story as probably a lot of guys in the room.
Don't use this clip. Father doesn't know I'm been arrested.
It's all good. He about to find out. So.
Sorry.
Anyway, I feel like it's the whole legalization of marijuana had a lot to do with how they were attacking the black community.
Of course.
That's where I was trying to go with it, you know what I mean? And I brought up your story as only as an example. They can say they smell something in your car, right?
Yeah.
Like, how is that even, like, that doesn't make any sense to me because say you're driving, right? You're driving probably average speed, 30 miles an hour. How good is your nose to be smelling, like what, a dime bag? You had a dime bag in the car?
Some sour.
Yeah. So it's like they're just saying shit. I feel like they can just pull you over and say shit.
I feel like that now eliminates them saying like I'm wanting to pull black people over. Now I'm just gonna pull. Now they're just gonna pull me over because they smell blackness now. You know what I mean?
I smell black people. They smell guns in your car. But yeah, this is a big step. This is a monumental step in the black community, at least for Jersey. So let's see if any other states are gonna.
You think so?
I would hope so. You know,
Yeah.
because what we got Cali, we got Colorado, we got shit. I don't know.
Bunch
Not
of
top of
other places.
my head. Boston,
D.C.
D.C. Shit, I don't know. So it's a few states
Yeah.
that's kind of taking that step, and I think it's financially a good move because now you got people developing businesses that's supporting marijuana. You know
What
what I
about
mean?
your local dealers?
What local dealers? What are you talking about?
I'm supposed to say allegedly. I'm supposed to say allegedly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway.
But we're gonna move
Moving
on.
right along.
You had
Let's
a
talk about
topic.
love.
Yeah, you had a topic.
Is love a choice? Like, do you feel like who you love is a choice? Do you feel like your heart is a separate entity from your body?
You know what? I think that's a good question. I feel like a lot of things that has to do with love is subconscious, and what I mean by that is it's a part of your brain that's reacting to something you don't have full control of, right?
So you feel like the heart does what the heart wants.
Yeah, I feel like the heart itself is so unquestionable. Like you're doing so much for love, but then you don't know. Like a lot of people can't even define that for you. You know what I mean?
So it's pretty much contingent on the type of person you are. So say if I've been in a shit ton of like crappy relationships, I only know love to be, what they have provided.
Correct.
So
So I would say you probably don't even know what love is.
exactly. So it's separate.
Yeah. So your question, what was your question? What is love, or
No, do you feel like who you love is a choice?
who you love? A choice to you?
A choice as in, how people say they can't help who they love? Do
Okay.
you feel like you pick the person, or do you feel like your heart leads you
All
to
right.
the
No. All right.
person?
All right. No. That's okay. I feel like your experiences lead you to a specific type of person, because you can see a lot of these guys, or I don't know, they influencers or a lot of celebrities. So what they know of love might be in vanity.
So an aesthetic. So if I see a person, I don't love them necessarily. I just love what they look like.
Correct.
Exactly.
At least right now, I think it's skewed in a way because social media, you're seeing so much of the ground base of a person. Like it's so much images, so much. You're seeing like a blackboard of what they want to show you. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's just set up in a way to make you essentially love me. So I'm putting everything at the forefront that I think is good.
Yes.
On a platform that's like pretty much like a dating pool. So it's like I get to pick and choose who sees me or what they see.
Yes.
So then it's more of like, I don't think love is necessarily like what we think it used to be. I don't think it's more deep now. I
Okay.
feel like it's more
base level.
maintenance,
Yeah. Okay.
surface level.
Yeah. So answering your question, I think you don't get to choose who you love. If you're searching on a platform, I feel like you have to go out and really find your love of yourself and love of what you love. Like it's so much of yourself. You know what I mean?
In order to be loved, you gotta love thyself.
Yeah, I stand on that so much. You know what I mean? Because there's so much of yourself you still have to find, and if you're going to find love, you have to know what that is first for yourself. You know?
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
it's like, how do you love somebody if you don't know how to love yourself first?
Yeah.
True.
I mean, it's kind of cliche, but there's
Well, it's true. Like,
there's some truth in that 100%. I feel.
if I'm insecure about myself, there's no way I can love somebody.
Yeah, you're only gonna love people with other insecurities.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's that on that. I like that. That was a good. That was a good topic. So what else did you want to say? Oh yeah, I had an epiphany. Right, I was watching this. I have a lot of those. I was watching this show on Netflix, and it was almost as if you don't get to die in the show. I don't want to give the show a plug, but
Where's the fun in that?
it was like it gave me a perspective. Like, what would you do if you had a guaranteed 50 years? Like you knew for a fact you were gonna live for the next 50 years off top, no matter what. You could run into the middle of the road, you might just get injured a little bit, but you knew for a fact you weren't gonna die that day. You know what I mean?
I don't think I would want that, honestly. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't want to guarantee 50 years?
No, I feel like I'm comfortable with the amount I have. I mean, although I don't know when I'm gonna die.
That's what I'm saying. Right now, it's.
I wouldn't want an extra amount, honestly. Like, I feel like that just taints the purpose of you living. You know what I mean? Because then you're gonna be reckless. What's really?
Yeah, that's what I was getting into. Do you think that you make the choices that you're making now off the uncertainty of your life? Like, if people knew for a fact that they had 50 years for sure, do you think they would move a specific way? Or, you know what I mean? Would they make smart choices? Would they make dumb choices? You know what I mean? Would you invest right now to see the return in the next 50 years? You know what I mean? So I feel like if you move like you knew for a fact that you were going to make the next 50 years count, I feel like people would make a lot of smarter choices. And a lot of choices that are made right now with a lot of people is off the fact that they don't know.
I mean, we're talking about a generation that said YOLO, so you know what I mean? Like, I don't think people would really like change their actions with a guaranteed 50 years. Like, people like to be reckless, so knowing that you get an extra 50 years, knowing that nothing else can happen. Another 50 years of recklessness, yeah. Right, so it's like, if I'm stupid now, I'm gonna be stupid in the next 50 years. I don't feel like shit's gonna change drastically, especially if I know that if I do something stupid, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna risk it.
That's interesting. I feel like for myself and just for other people, if you wanna really put perspective on your life, act as if, or move as if, make investments as if you have a guaranteed 50 years. You know what I mean? That's just what it made me think about. It's like,
I think so.
If you,
I feel like people should move like they don't got a guaranteed 50 years because.
What's your argument on that then? You know what I mean? For saying that no one would really change their actions?
Yeah, true.
Because you have some that would invest right now. You know what I mean? And reap the benefits in the next 50 years.
So the problem is you want people to invest?
Not that, but I mean, make smarter choices that would have an effect in the next 50 years. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. I mean, build a future,
yeah.
I guess, for children.
All that.
A legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And staying on children.
Let's talk about it.
This might rub a few people the wrong way, but
a lot of people the wrong way. I feel like it's a little bit disrespectful, but
what's going on right now? Because I be scrolling, I be seeing what's up, and what's going on right now is I see a lot of arguments that people are having. So it's pretty much those who have kids and those who don't have kids, right? They're saying those people who have kids right now, a lot of those kids and a lot of the population within the last few years has been because of unwanted pregnancies. You know what I mean? And those people who are arguing against that is saying there are a lot of childish and immature people and they're not having kids because they're not ready to have kids and they might not be ready to have kids.
But I feel like that's your problem. If you're not ready to have kids, then you are not ready to have kids, not the general population. I feel like people have this like unwanted pressure on them to have kids, so you kind of look at other people with kids and be like,
yeah.
I don't really know if I want kids. But I feel like for you to say, oh, well, not you personally, but for people to say, if you have kids, then that's irresponsible.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's crazy. I mean, given the world that we're living in, it's like, are you gonna not have kids because it's a crazy world? I mean, when is the world gonna be okay? I feel like it's been like this. So
I wanted to bring it up because I felt like you have a viewpoint from someone who has a child, right?
But I have a viewpoint from the other side as well. Even though I have a kid, there was a point where I didn't. And I mean, like, I feel anybody who has a kid, it's a blessing because not everybody can have kids. And I feel like there's some people outside the club that's like, a little bit hateful.
Yeah. I feel like it's coming from, like you said, you want to have them when you're ready. And there are times where people have had them and they weren't ready, right?
In order to have a kid, a guy and a girl needs to lay down and have sex. So if you weren't ready to have a kid, I feel like you should have put a condom on.
Okay.
or birth control.
Say they
or
did.
Plan B.
But check it out though. Say they did, right? And none of that worked. Now the child is here. Whose fault is it now? You can't blame people without kids. You know what I mean? I feel like it's your fault. Not like fault, but you have to step up and then...
There's so many steps before you get to a baby though. People act like it's like one shot kill. Like it's not just, a guy sticks his, and then baby. That's not what it is. There's steps in order to prevent having a kid. So it's like we talked about, birth control, condoms. Then if that doesn't work out, like Plan B, and then there's the unforsaken, untalked about abortion. But it's not for everybody. But if you in yourself know that you did not want to have a child, then there's options out there. So you can't sit here and be like, I had an unwanted kid. Like, that's crazy, because at a certain point where you can Google, because Google is free, where you can have an abortion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not promoting
so
abortion. I'm just saying that there's choices.
There's
steps. Whether you agree with abortion or not, like, that's up to you, but still, there's a lot of steps before you have a baby.
Okay. I agree. I just wanted to address it because,
Yeah, I mean, that's my stance.
Yeah. But,
anyway,
Anywho.
a little too serious.
No, but we gotta talk about it,
Yeah, that's true. That's what it is. I wanted to get into, you said that we were all put here for a specific purpose.
Yeah. What do you feel like your purpose is?
You mean general purpose as in why?
What do you, what's your why? What do you feel like you've been placed here to do? Like, what do you think that they're gonna remember J.Degrees? Like, what are they gonna remember you by? When you die, what are they gonna say? Like, he was the biggest, or he was a...
I don't feel like I even have a choice in that. I feel like I'm gonna do as much as I want to do, and then maybe when I die, people are gonna be like, "Oh, he was an asshole."
No, but what do you like? Not to get to that yet, but what do you feel like your purpose is? Like,
oh, okay, my own specific
your own
purpose.
specific.
Oh, I mean,
I just wanted to help people. You know what I mean? I feel like...
So, philanthropist.
I guess,
Just say it.
if you want to put a name on it.
I mean, that's what they call it.
I just want to make sure everybody around me and everybody I affected, it helped who they are as a person in the long run. Whether they just figured something out, or I gave them a start in like, oh man, I want to do that now because you brought it up. And I want to inflict change into someone's life.
Oh, you want to be
somehow.
that guy.
Yeah. If I gave you $5 and you was mad hungry, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really matter to me.
I honestly don't know what my purpose is, to be honest. I feel like...
That's okay.
I know. I feel like I've been dibbling and dabbling a lot.
Yeah.
And ever since I was a teen, like, I feel like I've cooked. I said I wanted to be... But I feel like everything that I've manifested, I've done. You know what I mean? Or everything that I've wanted to do, I've done. So I don't feel like my purpose is solely one thing. I feel like it's a plethora of things, you know?
That's good. I didn't know you meant like a singular purpose. That's why I just put like just helping people. But you talk to Ty, like everybody I know, I've done mad different shit. You know what I mean? Even this is something different from what I thought I was gonna be doing. You know?
I was talking about like, you know how people who want to sing and be like, I was put on this earth to sing.
That'd be bad, yo. You're happy with that shit. I don't believe none of that shit.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you feel is yours? Like, I can't say that.
Not to rap.
So that's what I mean.
Rapping.
Like,
Rapping
that's
is
what
lit.
I mean.
Rapping is lit, right?
So we're put on this earth to rap.
I don't think so. I just think, like I said, I feel like I was put here to help people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether it's, recording their track or whatever, I happen to be good at the things I've put my efforts into.
So I feel like that's your purpose then.
Being good at shit.
Not being like, you know how you do music and with the doohickeys and whatnot. I feel like that.
Produce,
yeah, that is your purpose. I feel like you're well-rounded when it comes to that. So no matter how much you try to shift gears, I feel like you still end up behind the scenes or producing in a sense.
Okay. I can agree with that. But I mean, with yourself too, I feel like even with my own self, your purpose is constantly gonna develop because we're still so young. You know what I mean? So who's to tell that my purpose or what I want to define my life's goal as to be won't change in the next 5-10 years? You know what I mean? So I mean, you shouldn't really try and define yourself by a purpose. I feel like you'll always be looking, for a new purpose every 10 years, or you should just evolve.
Yeah, true.
We're gonna go ahead and take a break right here. We're gonna bring my guests in. Bush League, we got Juan, we got Frills, and so we're gonna see what we got for you guys when we come back. Stay tuned.
All right.
Deal dollar, nigga. I'm about to get him, yeah. I tell him, yeah. I feel like God till I meet him. Know my rhymes is the meanest straight bomb on these niggas till they hate me. Yeah, they need me. Bush gang to the Reaper, come and get me in my city. I'm like Biggie, make a difference like Nipsey. Come on, my nigga, we on. Let's get to the throne. Don't fuck up my zone. Might not pick up my phone unless it's money calling. Yeah, or it's your honey calling.
Welcome. This is Bush League here. We got Frills.
Yo.
You know what I mean? And we got Juan right here.
Two.
Welcome.
These are my guys, man. You don't even understand. These are my guys.
Family.
When we first started doing music, me and Ty, when we first started like recording and just really digging into the bag, the first people we actually started recording with guys from Bush League. It was a lot more then, but it is what it is. Life happens.
Right.
So I'm gonna get into Frills right now. Let the people know, what do you do for Bush League? Like, what's your main job?
I honestly don't even have a job. I'll be honest with you.
Cause I know you don't rap.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm not a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
When he said Bush League, I wasn't there at first. I was there first. Right? But honestly, I kind of wear a lot of hats because I can't give myself a title. I'm just focused on growing it.
Okay.
I believe in it so much. I believe in it for the town and where we come from.
Okay.
Right.
I feel like I'm somewhat responsible for how things are going on around here. I've been here long enough to see, as a kid,
Yeah, claim it. Go
I've been here long
ahead.
enough to understand. I've seen difference.
Gotcha, yeah.
I don't see kids walking to football practice no more.
Yeah.
Right.
Division and rec basketball, so we gonna try to bring in
Yeah, a lot has
stuff for
changed.
the kids
Yeah.
and Bush League
Yeah, gotcha.
and everything else they have to offer.
Yeah. So let people know, what is Bush League, if you can really define it. What is that? Because I know it sounds like we're just saying it right now, but let the audience know, let the people who are listening all over the world, what is Bush League?
I'm gonna take a step back on this one, because I kind of want to hear that from y'all.
Okay.
Because when I stepped in, stuff was already recorded, right?
Yeah.
Y'all already had T-shirts.
Yeah.
So it was a thing already.
Mhm.
I just had to listen, and when I listen, I understand. Y'all are I don't know.
It's like a culture. So I'm gonna direct that question over the one, only for the fact that this is my guy, and every time we interact, it's just laughs, and we need to get serious. So we will go ahead and do that. What's good, Juan? How you feeling, man? Let me start.
I'm good, man.
You
I
good?
feel great. How are you?
I'm good.
You good?
Good.
It's regular ass Thursday, about to be Friday when we drop this audibly. Saturday when they see the video, so it's regular for Juan. Juan just told me he just woke up. You know what I mean?
I definitely did. I was with Left last night.
Okay.
Chilling all night, so
Yeah.
they just started.
Yeah. So let the people know what is Bush League. How did y'all get started? Where we at now?
Bush League was pretty much me and my cousin Left Surge. He was rapping. I wasn't really.
Yeah.
I was dabbling.
Left was rapping like crazy.
Yeah, I was dabbling. So we came together one day at motherfucking Milk Campbell Park.
Yeah.
And was like, yo, let's just make some shit. We all had afros at the time.
Yeah.
We was like, yo, let's name it Bush League, FYG. I'm not gonna get into the FYG. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? But so boom. He had Wallow. I never met Wallow, but I was a big fan of Wallow on SoundCloud. Cheese was like more of my friend circle. So we brought it all together. We started recording in Wallow's crib. And that's pretty much been banging since there. Everybody's not with the group still, but it's still all love.
It's all love.
Right.
Right.
It's one of those things, like,
I didn't mean to compare, but like, you know, Odd Future was
Right.
it was, we had a lot of people.
Right.
I mean, like the whole city was down with Bush League.
Right.
Because it was just all love, you know what I mean?
Right.
And like when we was rapping, it was like each member had their own specific style.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Word.
It was like it was the craziest thing. I can't even put a number on how many people it was, but
Right.
it was me and Tyler. We was the lead engineer when it came to like recording everybody, making sure everybody's tracks was good. So we had like the staple in how the music sounded.
Alright.
Stuff game.
Can I get in here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all was already a thing, correct? Or
Yeah, me and Tyler was established as like a music group, and then Bush League came up out of what we were doing, pretty much.
Yeah.
so
it was like
where
it was
did the
like a
relationship come in at? Did somebody Juan or left already?
I knew everybody. We all went to school together.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy. Me and Tyler was making music probably 2 years prior to them even starting making music.
So who had the house across the street?
Tyler did.
Tyler.
Small
ass crib.
I've been there before. Just
Yeah.
on a pull up though. I think I had to drop some.
We did so much out of that little ass spot. You don't even understand. It's like a small room. It was like
Closet.
it was like a closet. We literally had a closet with a mic and a laptop.
Right.
And you don't understand what came. This honestly came out of all
But
that.
that's nice though.
Right.
That's nice.
That's crazy, right?
Everything that
Everything that I do to this day came out of that.
out of the closet.
And that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Out of the closet.
I like that. But you know what I love about you guys' presence? The stickers that I see everywhere.
Oh
Thank you.
man.
I love that.
And those are probably like 5 years old.
I know, but they're still there.
They're still there.
Still there, right?
They're like everywhere. I love that.
You gotta get back to that.
Yeah, I feel like the up and coming was such a big thing. We were doing things people never did
Yeah,
before.
right.
Like when we dropped the T-shirts.
Right. The stuff drink.
We really invented like merch and how we were doing the music.
We was in
'Cause
high school.
like we were doing the craziest shit out of high school. Like they don't even understand.
That's just crazy.
When I spoke to you and we had that call not too long ago. Yeah, Froze called me straight up. Was like, yo, I'm fucking with everything you're doing off of just everything you did.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when he told me that, I was pretty much like, yeah, I solidified my spot.
Because once again, I don't deal with people, man.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I can be professional and everything, but I don't really reach out to people. So to make things grow, you gotta
Network, pretty much.
network
Yeah.
and connect the root of it.
The pieces
you know?
right there, yeah.
So,
Right.
that's it. That's what I did. That's why I talked to you like that. That's why I was saying things to you.
Mhm.
Shit was from the heart, man.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
That was real.
I'm here to support you guys. Honestly, it goes back to my purpose. You know what I mean?
And vice versa.
Yeah, honestly. So I want to get into first. Start with the music. You just dropped a little EP, right?
Yeah. 211 EP.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
It was just something I've been holding for a few months. You know.
Okay. Because you're always working, right?
Yeah, always
I'm constantly working with Juan. So
You know that.
I know that for a fact.
Right.
That we're always working.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So you know, I just didn't. I took like probably half a year off just to map things out.
yeah,
Stack up the music, so it ain't always just like let's make it on the spot and go.
yeah.
Get a little blueprint going, how we want to move it. Make things easier, simplify it.
And you just dropped a tape not too long ago as well, right?
Before that,
Yeah.
I think it was the One of One.
Yeah, the one of one EP.
Yeah.
I'm still bumping that. I feel
Appreciate
so
that.
good.
Appreciate that. Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Check out these guys' music, man, honestly, because honestly, the production, the way you rap, you know what I mean, it's like, you know what these guys are doing, everybody's
Right,
mumbling.
right.
Juan's actually rapping, so that's why I fuss with him.
It sounds good.
Yeah, and the
Thank you,
development,
appreciate it.
like, even like I said, like, we've been recording them for years, you know what I mean, so I've seen how Juan raps and how he's evolved, you know what I
You
mean?
was there when it was put together.
Yeah,
Like,
we put it together, we put all that shit together,
Exactly.
so.
I feel like his flow is like
Unorthodox.
Unorthodox.
but it's like you don't hear nobody. Like, you can't tell me like, nah, he sound like Juan. I haven't heard.
Yeah, it's
that.
different, it's very unique, man, honestly. Check that shit out, man, all the music we just talked
But
about.
then again, that's when I heard it laugh. Will, Ty, my voice, you know what I mean? Your voice, I'm like, damn, like, yo, this
Will's actual first song, me and Ty is on, and like the bars, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Will's
song
crazy,
with
son.
Will Entitled, what was it, man?
Yeah, that's probably the one.
Yo, bro, like I thought that was left first when I heard it. But it was Ty, bro.
Nah,
I
Ty's
say, yo, this is crazy, man.
we got some pretty ill rappers, bro. Not even the front.
Y'all need to understand, nothing ever came out of this town like that before. Ever.
I wouldn't know.
It's probably not. I mean, y'all changed the scope how things are done with dropping videos.
Yeah.
Y'all made people want to be rappers again.
Yeah, that I can say
That
for a
is
fact.
true.
We definitely did that.
Because it was nothing.
We definitely did
It
that.
was nothing.
Yeah,
A
because
lot more
no one
rappers
was really
because of
saying much. Or nothing at all.
Nah.
Yeah.
So y'all did that.
Yeah, there was. I don't think there was anyone out there.
Respectfully.
It wasn't.
There wasn't really anybody.
It wasn't. And
So we changed the whole scope of it.
I'm giving.
I didn't really look at it like that though.
I'm keeping it real. Y'all did, bro. Like, once again, I'm talking from somebody that came in when it was already there.
Established, yeah.
I said, yo, these young boys, shirts, like it said stuff on it, but it was just crazy.
Yeah, right?
Because who else was doing that at your age?
Nobody did. And we did that in high school, and I saw a
That
lot
was
more
some
merch.
high school.
Yeah. I saw a lot of merch coming out of, the city because of what we did.
So now look at the merch now. Like,
Yeah,
I don't have music.
Yeah, let's get into the merch. You're doing a lot of that,
I
right?
don't do music. I finally found my niche.
Okay.
You know how many times I was holding the camera,
Yeah.
listening to, yo, get on this verse,
Yeah.
please, swallow. Nah, I'm just listening. Like I said, I don't do music.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't make beats. I just could put things together.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So the production of it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're designing like the merch and shit like that?
Merch, album, artwork.
Oh
all
shit,
that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that Yes
Songs,
joint, that was you? With the Nipsey Hussle?
Yeah, that's my son on there, bro.
That's
my
fire.
real son on that cover.
That cover
That's
is fire,
lit.
bro.
Yeah,
Honestly.
that's my real son on the cover holding that. Yeah,
Oh wow, that's nice.
I put the song, like,
I'm
we
fucking
do
with
it
that, bro.
together, bro.
So you have a really, like, it's a creative designer. That's you. That's what you are. That's
Yeah, that's your
good job. Going back to that.
Right.
Shout out to Froze, man. What's the website for the
BushLeagueClothing.com.
BushLeagueClothing.com. We'll put it right here.
Yeah,
you guys
we'll
can check
plug
that
it
out,
in.
man.
So the revamp was from FYG to Worldwide. I know y'all can see that.
Yeah, I see that.
So it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
I really
Right.
want to say.
But like, you want to always go forward. You know what I mean, with everything you do. That's what I want to get into. That's what I want to get into. What do you think the next step would be for you guys as far as the brand, the Bush League brand? Because I know you heard the Benny Butcher verse.
Right.
It's all about expanding.
Right.
First you brand, then you expand. So how do you guys first brand, now expand?
I'm gonna let him talk from the rapper side,
Okay.
but
From the music, I go to him for the music, but I know as far as like everything else, that's you.
Yeah.
So let's start with the music first.
Yeah,
How do you see, what you're trying to do going forward? Is there recruitment in the process, or are you just trying to keep it, the three of y'all for right now?
Well, it's 5.
Okay.
It's me, Cheese, my big brother, Savvy Gordy, and
Okay.
Infinite.
Okay.
He's in the army right now, so we gonna hold it down. But I felt like as far as expanding, I gotta lead by example.
Okay.
Stay consistent. That's something I never really did. So hopefully, within this next couple months, I'll show people I could do it.
Okay.
Instead of always dropping and people like, yo, that's dope, and then you go
Yeah.
missing.
I feel like the marketing,
Right.
You gotta market your music so
Right.
hard.
Right.
Playlisting
Especially
all.
nowadays.
Right.
exactly.
So yeah. So my bad. You got something?
I was gonna ask him a question, but
You guys get a question? What you got?
You think, how do you, matter of fact, you too, how do y'all feel about releasing music, project versus single? As an artist, I just wanted to ask you that.
I feel like, for me, with the single, it's a feeling. Like if I made the song and I'm like, oh yo, this song is fire, I just need to drop it. That's why I view singles. I would just drop it. I pick
No,
a
that's
day,
fair.
like in the next 2 weeks, and like yo, I'm dropping on that day.
So you can get up in the morning and make something and be like, this is
The one. But for me right now, I'm working on a project, but I don't want to say too much right now because it's all about you right now.
Because
So
I'm gonna leak it.
yeah.
I just wanted to ask that.
So yeah, that's it. What about you, Juan?
Right now, I feel like my best move right now is singles. You know, because I put out projects, so I feel like my projects get swept under sometimes because I ain't really have the time, or I might have like went too fast on it and I ain't really get to push it, put the money behind it. So I think I'm gonna just do the single thing for now. I gave the 211 EP just to show like, yo, I have been working.
Yeah, I fucks with
But
that.
it's like a prep of what I'm gonna give in the next few months. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna do the single thing for sure.
You had a question you wanted to get into?
How has the pandemic, or AKA, as you say, the bandemic, affected the process of, you know, just your whole production, your whole, like, you know, dropping, not dropping?
Well,
You wanna go? Let's go first.
as far as the merchandise, like, I see how some people got rich in this pandemic.
Right.
So as far as the merchandise, it's taking us to places where we can open up different doors, like a storefront that we talked about, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So we're gonna work
So
that.
it's lucrative for you.
Yeah,
Right.
it's working for us. You know,
I'm
for
just
us.
playing.
because we make this money, right?
Yeah.
But we don't do nothing with it because we
You
don't.
gotta invest it.
We don't. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, we
really
was just
know.
talking about
So
that.
we just want to put it back into what we do,
Right.
right? Invest it in marketing, promotion, billboards, all that stuff. So it's
As
gonna
you
be
should.
real. It's gonna be. I'm trying to do everything that the normal wouldn't do. Cause we used to making a song, right?
Mm-hmm.
We used to put it out, right?
Mhm.
Making the video, then you walk away from it, right?
There's more, you gotta do more.
So let's stop doing that, repeating that cycle and do more, right? So that's all. Let's just do different stuff, man, and see how the results is before you even quit.
Mhm.
Before you
I
quit.
agree. I'm not a big
Big fan of quitting. That's why we've been doing this, you know, renovating. We're doing a podcast now, you know what I mean? So it's different ways to put the music on a platform that gets it to a wider audience. So what about you? How has the pandemic changed how you
It ain't changed.
ain't
bro.
changed shit, right?
Yeah,
you still
I
get
don't-
to it.
You know, I don't really go
Still
out.
get to it.
I don't go out.
Yeah.
So I'm
Right.
always in a creative space, honestly, and I'm still there. So it's the same thing. It ain't stopped nothing in the studio. It ain't stopped none of my friends from being around,
Yeah.
or just the motivation I get from writing music. So
Okay.
I'm doing the same thing. You know what I mean? It's just the mad shit that I can't really get down with. I
Yeah.
hate it.
Hello.
I hate it.
I don't fuck with it, so
I hate it.
Yeah.
we gonna keep living how we have been.
I think that's it.
That's all we had with Bush League. Thanks again, guys, for coming out.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for having us. I
Thank y'all.
appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Like and subscribe on YouTube. You know what I mean? All that fun stuff. Subscribe on Anchor. That's
Oh
all.
yeah, Anchor vibes. You guys are gonna want to subscribe on
Yeah,
Anchor. We got big things coming, you know.
But when we reach the year mark, you know what I mean?
We
Yeah.
gotta do this again when, you know, things get closer with the
course,
store
yeah.
and everything.
All the time, man.
Yeah, of
Just
course.
let me know, you know what I mean?
We in
I'm
touch.
trying to talk to one, you know what I mean? All right, thanks for coming, guys.
Appreciate you
Where can we
guys.
find you? Find your music, yo?
You could 1-2 times every streaming site. You
Yeah.
could go on YouTube, BLFYG, Bush League, 1-2 times. You know, it's the same thing.
All platforms. You
All
know.
platforms. Follow me on the gram, Twitter, everything.
Yeah.
1-2
Tumblr.
times.
I'll put the link to
Not in Tumblr though.
MySpace.
Everything.
You know what I mean? Everything.
MySpace where you get the exclusive drop.
All links will be, you know, in the description.
Right.
Well,
Somewhere in the video, you know.
I appreciate y'all.
Yep, as always, we're at war with ourselves, we're at war with everyone outside. Mask up, stay safe. Peace.
Stay woke.
2.